Okay, good morning everybody, Mike here. Nice late morning actually, heading towards noon. I'm coming out here and I'm going to work on some of this poplar. A lot of guys wouldn't even cut this. They just walk away from poplar. I guess we're so spoiled sometimes in these mixed forest areas that we're really set on the real good quality hardwoods. Oaks and sugar maples, some softer maple here, and birches. Birch is good, paper birch, and yellow birch. But you know what? If I go on anywhere, if I'm doing any work and this wood comes up and it's free and it's on a job, I'm generally taking it. I don't care, I'll burn the pop. Hey, if it burns in a wood stove, and I kind of do stray away from the conifers if I can, and I'll stick mostly with these light hardwoods, but hey, I'll burn conifers too. I'm not going to shy away from that either, because I got a bunch of cedar up there, and I split it in fairly big chunks, and I've actually burned that, and it burns better than you think. For longevity anyway, of course it's going to burn, like it burns, lights up quick, but this poplar, it's okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to carve into this wood pile a little bit, and I'll show you what I'm running for power saws. Here's the homeowner special. This is what every guy living in a townhouse or a condo owns right here. This puppy right here, an MS-170. This thing here is for basically cutting toothpicks. Small homeowner style, lightweight little saw. And I really just use this guy for any trimming along these, but small stuff maybe a little bit, but I bring them along just as a backup saw a lot of times, and they're sharpened up and fueled up for the most part. And so it's an MS-170 Stihl. I got Echo saw up there too. I like Echo, made in Japan. Echo, excellent saw. I think between Echo, Stihl, and Husky, man, you got three good saws. I don't care what you run, but if you got any one of them three, or Johnson Red, they're excellent too. Anything name brand, good quality. I got a big respect for that well-built stuff. I'll tell you one thing I don't like. Okay, we'll bring out this bad boy here. Good saw, MS-361, 20-inch bar. I'll tell you what I don't like that Stihl come out with. A lot of guys like them. I don't like these filler caps on these Stihl. What's wrong with, what's wrong with a standard screw-on, old school? Of course, that's me. I'm old school. I'm old school with everything, really. And what's wrong with those style caps? I mean, you don't have to get elaborate on a chainsaw. What you got to get is reliable and easy to work on. That's where it's at in my world. But anyway, that's what we're running in this one. 361, 20-inch bar, and I'm going to do a little cutting today. I kind of want to clean this pile up a little bit, and yeah, get it out of the way. Get it stacked, get it split. This stuff dries fairly quick, really, because it's not a dense hardwood at all. So all of probably thinking that guy's got no cutting pants on, not enough personal protective equipment, and you're right, I don't even own a pair of cutting pants. I haven't had cutting pants for half a century. Even though they're wise to have and I should buy a pair, I know. That Firewood trailer there, 4x8. This Firewood trailer was made specifically to keep these wheels. It actually had ATV tires on it. I took them off to make it roadworthy. Got a little story about that. But anyway, 4x8. Wheels are built to be tucked underneath the trailer. So if you're going through the woods, you don't have sticking out fenders, you don't have sticking out woods. Everything can just kind of, if you do hit a tree, you can bounce off and you keep going. You don't have to worry about jamming your tires up or anything like that. It's got a box on it here. You can keep whatever you want to keep in there. Snatch block, chains, wedges, your tools, whatever, when you go to the bush. And pretty simple trailer, really. Just double opening locking gate. And it's actually made, this trailer is made to dump. Doesn't have a dump on it, but it is made to dump. It's all made to dump. I just welded it right here at the seam so it wouldn't bounce around. But this is where, of course, you put your cylinder on, so it's welded so it won't. And you can't see it from here, but it is made to dump. There's pivot point on the back. And also I put that receiver in the back because I used to run this trailer in the woods quite a bit behind the tractor, and I'd have my log splitter in tandem, and I just leave the house. I'd be gone. Trailer, log splitter, and I go to the bush and cut firewood down home. Because I've cut firewood my whole life, really. Any junk wood, even from skids when we were young and poor growing up. My dad had me on hardwood skids. We didn't have a lot of money, man. We just had to heat the house in the winter time, so skids and 4x4s from shipping in the factory down south, they were free. We just pick up skids and 4x4s, whatever. Man, when I think about the beautiful timbers we cut, I think, wow, it sure would be nice to have now. But anyway, yeah, always heated with firewood. So up here in the north, of course, I want to burn firewood. I like not only burning it and working in firewood, but I like the aesthetics in the evening. You know, on a cold winter night, I want a hot, dry fire, and I enjoy burning firewood. But of course, what comes with firewood, if you're going to burn firewood, equipment, good saws, and a whole bunch of labor usually come hand in hand. Let me move this up a little bit because that wind might be getting a bit breezy. So yeah, when you're burning firewood, you got to be able to move it around, you know, unless you're buying it split and seasoned and somebody's backing up to your house and dumping it off. And there's nothing wrong with that either, I can tell you, because you're not putting the money out for the equipment, you're not slugging your guts out, and a lot of times it's seasoned. Well, sometimes it's seasoned, a lot of times it's not seasoned. Just depends on who you deal with. And but to me, there's nothing wrong with buying your firewood either, you know, as you get older. And hand in hand with burning firewood usually is a sore back, sometimes sore knees, and sometimes not. And usually a good outlay of money and equipment, really, if you're doing it, you're going in the woods, you got to have a reasonable tractor and a reasonable trailer. You got to get the wood out, and you want to get it out safely, and you don't want to get halfway home with your firewood rig and find out you got bad tires, bad valve stems, your thing's heaped up with 1,850 pounds of firewood in there, and all of a sudden you're blown out on the roadside a couple miles from home. Been there years ago. That's not my cup of tea. I want to get in and get out and be as efficient as I can. That's just how I roll. I've been in on the breakdowns, and not everybody can afford good equipment, so you buy what you can afford, you know, and that's the way I go. You buy what you can afford. If you can only afford a two-wheel drive tractor and an old trailer, man, hey, as long as that thing runs and dependable and it'll get you in and out, and you do a little work to it, that's fine too. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm just a real advocate of taking care of my equipment and having good equipment. And trust me, I've screwed a few things up with even good equipment, so yeah, I've lived and learned. That wind is picking up, and those skies are getting a little bit gray. So yeah, that's what I'll be doing today, and I'm going to cut up some of this wood. We're going to fill this trailer. Okay, sometimes you gotta suffer a little bit and burn a little surplus energy before you get smart. So, brought the trailer over here. Let's have a look here. That's what I'm running for a tractor. 2501, L2501. Basic, economy, Kubota tractor. This tractor doesn't have a ton of features. It's really the lower end economy Kubota tractor, you know. If you're on a bit of a budget, which would be me, you just buy what you can afford. And simple high stat, 3-range transmission, low, medium, and high, treadle pedal hydrostat, real basic. And it's got the LA 525 loader, which basically 525 times 2 is, and the L2501 is basically 25 horse. Triple diesel. And the beauty of this tractor, and this is what kind of swayed me too, I bought this brand new in 15, and actually I have 232 original hours on it, one owner tractor, me, and I don't put a ton of hours on it, and snow pushing and a little bit of firewood in that, but I mostly just run my track loader and my excavator and attachments versus this tractor. It's got its place, but not that much really. I'm not a landscaper, so anyway, this tractor, what really I liked about this tractor, No diesel emission particulate crap in this tractor. I don't want that. I don't trust it. I've had too many diesel engines, older stuff that's been good, and I read about all these new diesel motors coming out. Even Kubota, when they come out with diesel particulate on their track loaders and stuff like that too, they had some issues, and they're a pretty damn good company for engineering, but it was tier 4, and they were updating that with emission stuff. So anything, you know, I think it's 27 horse maybe in this style tractor, you got to get your diesel particulate filter. I didn't want any of that. I just want straight diesel, and if I had to go with buying something with diesel particulate, I would have not bought brand new. What I would have done was I would have just combed Kijiji, private ad off some homeowner who bought a tractor new with lower hours, and I would have went and just bought it right off him used, because I am not afraid to buy a used tractor. A tractor will run you years if you take care of it. And this thing's only had one high stat oil change in 200 and something hours. I changed all the fluids in it, and it stays inside. And yeah, that's the school. And then that's my second Kubota tractor. I traded the other one in, and I'm quite happy with that. You know what? If somebody asked me, hey, would you buy another L2501 plain Jane economy tractor? I'd say in a heartbeat. This is a good tractor. No diesel stuff, and I like it. It's just a good tractor. Good morning, you guys. Mike here. I got that load of poplar from down the bottom of the driveway up here. Thank goodness there's minimal wind. It's quiet, but we're going to get 3 days of rain here, so I wanted to get going and get this split up, get it stacked up, and then put that poly plastic over the top and get this drying. So I split some of this already this morning, and just actually ran in and grabbed my camera, and I want to get this all done and get it out of the way and get it stacked up. And you can see my old log splitter here, Cub Cadet, and there's kind of a story in the Cub Cadet. Actually, I got a lot of stories, some of them good, some not so good, but anyway, I've had this Cub Cadet for a long time. A real long time, like at least 2 decades. Anyway, I bought this Cub Cadet, and a drunk driver ran into it at a dealership, bent the tongue here, smashed the wheels, the old wheels that were on here, bent the spindles all around, and tore the rubber almost right off the rims. So I bought this Cub Cadet splitter off the dealer when a drunk driver ran off the highway and ran into, just floored her right into splitters and Kubota tractors and everything. When I was down home in southern Ontario, guy had a few too many pops, so he ran right into her, and he wrecked a lot of nice stuff too. So I went to the dealer that day looking around, and I saw this crippled up Cub Cadet splitter there. Everything was there. It was operational, it ran everything, except, you know, it was bent up pretty good. And so he went through an insurance claim on it, and I ended up just buying this off the dealer as a wreck. And I remember I paid as a wreck for this splitter a long time ago, $900. I paid $900 cash for this because it was operational, and just between the engine and that twin 2-stage, I think that's a 2-stage Haldex, yeah, pump on that thing, cylinder, beam, everything, I thought it's got to be worth $900, and it was a fairly good make. Cub Cadet at the time, it was good. Homeowner splitter, mind you, but you know what? This splitter has split a tremendous amount of firewood, and I'm talking tremendous, not just with me. I had deals where I left this in the bush for landowners. If I could cut firewood in their bush, I'd leave the splitter there, and they would cut and use my splitter. The splitter's been all over. It's been used by many hands besides mine, but you know what? Knock on wood. Never blown a gland, never blown a packing gland on it, never blown a valve on it. The valves don't leak. It's held together good. What I did do with this splitter, though, because I got this for free, it had a Tecumseh 5.5 on it. It worked perfect. It was fine. But I thought, I got this Honda motor for free. And I thought, I'm going to put this Honda GC motor, cheaper version of Honda, of course, not the GX, but the GC. So I said, I'm going to put it on. And I just did it for something to do. And I switched it out, and I still have the Tecumseh up in that sea can up here. And it's a runner. And that's what I did. I just put a Honda on it, and it works good. It's been a good splitter. And it's not like the splitters that all these other guys, of course, are running on YouTube. It's not a Wolf Ridge. It's not a split fire or anything of those real fast machines. It's just a basic homeowner, you know what, 22 ton, and it does split good, I will say that. It's not too much that this splitter will not split. I'm going to stack this wood up, and I'll bring this video to a wrap. So until next time, I'll talk to you guys later.